Good evening, everybody. My name is Steven, and I'm one of the hosts of the Aroundtable. And today we'll be talking about something that has got my attention in the world of entertainment. Recently announced, Henry Cavill will be part of the reboot of the Highlander series. Anybody who's not familiar with that series, it was a movie and television series that started off in the 90s. It was basically a B movie with Christopher Lambert, who played Connor McLeod, who was basically an immortal who gets mentored by Sean Connery, who plays a Spaniard. Go figure that one out. It worked. I loved it. And what happens is all these immortals are trying to find out who is the ultimate one. And what they do is they fight each other and they chop off their heads and take that person's powers or essence and strength, which is called the quickening. Um, I think it's a pretty good idea. Of all the things to reboot this thing, I think the last movie came out 14 years ago and it didn't do well. So I think it's about time it gets an upgrade. I think Cavill will do a good job. I think he's done fantastic in The Witcher. I didn't think he was going to pull that off, and he's phenomenal. So I see this not being too hard of a stretch for him to do. Also, I like that it is, I have to look at my notes, I can never remember the guy's name. It is Chad Stahelski, who was one of the creators of John Wick. So we know that for sure the action is going to be top notch. Now, we saw what they can do with guns. I'm very curious to what they're going to do with the sword fights, because it starts off in Scotland hundreds of years ago, and all they had was swords and axes. So this could be pretty gruesome on this, which I kind of like. I like that idea. Cavill, great choice. I think he's going to do wonders. Who else is going to be in the movie? I don't know yet, but I think it's a great idea. It's a great franchise. It could have been a great franchise. I mean, the first film was done pretty good. The rest, unfortunately, were not. And the series has struggled. It could have been big. I think it could have been a big franchise if done properly. And now with these guys involved, I'm pretty sure that this can go in a really exciting direction. It could be something that could be huge for Cavill, for sure, and for the franchise, and really bring it back to the forefront. And I think it has potential. I mean, it has that fantasy, which is everybody's back. The immortals fighting kind of like superheroes. They don't die. There's a market out there for this. Swordplay, action. The director is known for John Wick. He's hot right now. We know for sure the action will be incredible. Hopefully they make some sort of good story out of it. If they make something, a character that's relatable, or that we feel for or root for, they could really do a great franchise with this. So I'm looking forward to this. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think? Is whoever is old enough to know Highlander, knows there can only be one, right? Was the catchphrase. I use that in one of my emails ever since it came out. So I think it's going to work. I'm excited about it. I think there's some good choices in there, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about it. So please reach out to us. Please let us know. Write to us, and we'd love to hear from you. So thank you again for your support. Keep on watching, and live the dream. And remember, there can only be one.